Hello, this is Raymond Moore, and welcome to Wise Talk Radio. As we get into this program, I'd love for you to click the share button, click the like button, let your friends know that we are on right now on Wise Talk Radio. So, I want to talk to you today about a topic near and dear to my heart. It's called Take Charge of Your Life. A lot of people hear that, and it seems like in some context it's a little bit negative, but the reality is we all need to take charge of our lives. And each week when I share with you, my role is simple. It's to inspire you, ladies and gentlemen, to inspire yourself to do the things that you dream about, to do the things that you love. I want to inspire you today. But here's the thing. If I inspire you to do something and that's where it ends, and you don't inspire yourself, then you're always going to depend on me and need an external force to help you to get to the next step. And so today, I want to pour into you, I want to share with you things that will help you to get to the next level of your life. So at some point in our lives, each of us are going to be faced with choices. We're going to be faced with a simple choice to move forward or to stay stagnant. We need to make the choice that at some point in time, we will take action that will have significant meaning and value in our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a simple decision that can determine where you go in life. Are you going to be sluggish with the actions that you take? Are you going to have this renewed sense of energy, passion, vitality? It's up to you to determine where you go. It's up to you to determine if you stay put or if you move forward. Now, if you think about it for a second, our society is filled with a bunch of coaches. And I'm a life coach, so I'm not trying to knock coaches in any way, shape, or form. Each week I get to spend a short time with you and I try to pour into you. The information that I share, however, it has few guarantees. Number one, if you implement what I teach you, it's going to work for you. That's the bottom line. But if you conclude that this is merely a good talk and then you take no action, then guess what? It's not going to work for you. You have to decide to take action. There's so many different types of coaches in our society today. We have fitness coaches, we have parenting coaches, we have even coaches that coach people on how to eat properly. I was shocked when I saw that. I would think that in the worst case scenario, you'd go see a nutritionist and you'd get a nutrition plan and then you'd implement it. But people are actually hiring coaches to teach them how to eat, to teach them when to eat, to teach them what to eat, and more importantly, to keep them accountable in terms of what to eat. And so here's the thing, while coaches add value, coaches can't be with you 24 hours a day. That's the bottom line. Your responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, is to make a quality decision to take action in a particular area of your life where you want to change. You have to make that decision. Your life is yours, no one else's. I can't take, or neither can I assume, an emotional responsibility for your life, and neither can you coach whoever that person may be. So then you have to assume responsibility for yourself. It is your life. You have to take charge. That's the bottom line. You must take responsibility for your current situation and the future trajectory of your life. No one else is going to do that for you. You can have success in any particular area of your life, and it cannot be attributed to what I teach you. That's the bottom line. Let me say that in a clearer way. You can have success in any area of your life, and it can't be attributed to what I teach you, because you will have to choose to take action. So simply because I teach you something doesn't necessarily mean you're going to succeed. Success comes only when what you have been taught is implemented, and implemented in a consistent manner. So here's the thing: no amount of dreaming, no amount of hoping, no amount of wishing, no amount of believing will ever propel you to your destiny. You have to decide to take charge of where you go, and no one else is going to do it for you. You have to get emotionally attached to your dream. You have to get emotionally attached to the thing that you're believing for. Because if you don't, then it simply remains wishful thinking. In Scripture, the Bible says in Proverbs 13:12 that hope deferred makes the heart sick, but desire that is fulfilled is a tree of life. Now, if you continue to defer in your hope, if you continue to pushing it off, eventually you may give up. This is what people call pipe dreaming. You're dreaming about something, you keep dreaming about it, and eventually you simply give up on it. Here's the thing though, if you think about it, who wants to go through life postponing their dreams, putting their dreams off, not thinking and being seriously serious about what you want in life? Who wants to go through life being like that? You have people saying, I'll lose weight another time. I'm going to put that off for a little bit. Right now, people say that generally around Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that's not a good time to start losing weight because we're binge eating a lot. So we'll start at the beginning of the year. I'll take that class next month. That certification that you know you need for the job, or to better yourself, or just to learn more. I'll do it at another time. There's some people out there, they will make an excuse and say things like, I will end that toxic relationship another time. You know that relationship is killing you because of your fear of stepping out, because of your fear of simply moving forward. You are actually doing a disservice to yourself, and you're doing a disservice to the person you're with. So you owe it to yourself to get out of that toxic relationship that you're in. Some people will say, I'll start saving another time. You know, now's the time, we're having a sale, things are going on. I'm not going to go out and start being responsible now. So people make those excuses. And so my question to you, ladies and gentlemen, is how long will you continue down this path? How long will you continue to defer, put off, or postpone your dreams? If you continue to do that, no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to get up and make your dreams come to a reality. So here's the deal then. Accountability is a term that is quickly disappearing from our society. Most people choose to sidestep accountability. You have to step forward, ladies and gentlemen. You have to step forward and assume responsibility for your life. One decision at a time. That's what it boils down to. Doesn't matter how hard it is. It doesn't matter how much you've failed in the past. It doesn't matter how many times people put you down. It is your responsibility, one decision at a time. You start today. Don't get lost in day-to-day dreaming and imagination and imagining that things are going to happen for you. Don't get lost in that, ladies and gentlemen, because too many people come up with reasons why their dreams won't work for them. I'm going to encourage you to not let that be you. The world belongs to those who take action, and take action consistently. Stop allowing the world to continue to go by you. You sit around, you had this idea, you had this business idea, you believed in your heart that it was going to work, and 3-4 years later someone invents something, or someone has the same business idea. You thought about starting a business and you didn't for so many reasons, and you let your dreams just sit on the sideline and they collect dust. No one takes you seriously because you don't believe in you. You have to believe in yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you this. The more you take consistent action, the more momentum you will build. If you don't do that, it's not going to work for you. Momentum is what is important. Get started, get moving, and it will work for you. Do something today to pursue your vision. You have that responsibility. Step up today and decide that this is the day that I'm going to get started. You know, some people get confused between their dreams, their goals, and the vision for their future. They get a little lost, and sometimes they intermingle these three things: their dreams, their goals, and their vision for their life. And because they're intermingled, there really is no set plan. There really is no definite purpose in terms of where you should go. And if you don't decide and if you don't separate the three, then it's never going to work for you. You have to ensure that you identify your dreams. You have to ensure that you identify your goals. You have to ensure that you identify your vision and you clearly define what they are, because those are, even though they're interconnected, they're mutually exclusive. Now, your dream is simply an ideal. Your dream is like a wish. It's a like to have. I would like to do this. I dream about losing weight. I dream about starting that business. I dream about getting married. I dream about going to college. That type of thing. And so if you do that, here's what's happening. You are essentially starting the first step of the process. Think about little kids. Little kids dream. They're always dreaming. They're always talking about what can be. And that's where it starts, ladies and gentlemen, in the seat of your imagination. You have to see yourself out there. You have to believe that you're capable. You have to, but it starts with a dream. Now, once you transition from your dream, you now transition to your goals. And goals are a little bit more structured. Goals, if you set a goal, let's say in my scenario, I decided I was going to run the marathon. So I set a goal that by the end of a particular month, I needed to be consistently running 6 miles on a Saturday and running 3 to 4 miles 3 times a week on a weekday. Now, it may seem like a little goal, but the key to this is not decide that simply because I'm going to run a marathon, then I need to go out the first day and run 13 miles or run 10 miles. And that's what some people do. They hijack their dreams. They hijack their progress because they try to bite off too much too quickly. Instead of setting bite-sized goals, they jump ahead and they try to do way too much. And then when things don't happen the way they expect it to happen, they're disappointed. They believe the naysayers. They agree with the naysayers. Oh, it can't work for me. I knew it wasn't going to work. So-and-so told me that they tried this before and this never worked. But guess what? If you decide that you're going to set small goals, small stepping stones, to get you to a larger goal and consistently take action, then over time you will succeed. You will accomplish that goal. Then you reward yourself and you move on. So goals then should have specific steps, specific milestones, specific tasks, if you will, that must be completed within a given time. Don't put them off. Don't set a goal and then put it off. Don't decide that it's like an individual when you're practicing for a marathon and you know that this week you run 4 miles today, 4 miles a day after, and 4 miles a day after, and then on your long run, let's say you do 6 miles. So you know for that particular week you need to do 18 miles. So instead of doing your 4, 4, 4 and your 6, you wait till Saturday, you try to knock out 18 miles. That's not going to work. Don't think that the game of life is like cramming for a final exam. You don't study, you don't do what you're supposed to do, and then the night before you go and you cram and you pass. You might be able to get away with that. You might get a 96 on your test. You might get a 98 on your test. You might be the best kid in the class for that particular test, but guess what? It's going to come back to bite you in the butt, because life is not like that, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot cram for life overnight. Life is a step-by-step process. Life is a day-by-day process. Life is an experience after experience built on top of each other. And so if you set your goals like the way you did it in high school or in college, you're setting yourself up for failure. So I'm going to encourage you, be specific, be diligent about accomplishing the tasks that you've documented, and write them down. The next thing in the process is a vision. And so what is a vision? Someone put it this way a while ago. I was listening to a speaker, and he said, a vision is having a crystal clear picture of what the finish line looks like, but having no idea how far away it is. And I thought that was so profound, ladies and gentlemen. You have no idea how far away your vision is, but you are pretty clear what the vision looks like. And that's the key to true leaders. That's one of the keys to being a true leader. You have to be a visionary. If you are going to lead, whether it's your life or your family or a company or an organization, you need to have vision. And here's the reality. You could spend your entire life chasing your vision. And that's a great thing, but in doing so, but what you find out as you're chasing your vision, you develop meaning. You discover a sense of meaning in your life, because it is your vision that as you pursue it, the experiences in life will help you to develop a more wholesome you. And people will be drawn to you because you're pursuing this thing, and you're diligent about it, and you doggedly go after it, and you refuse to back away. So here's the thing. If you do that, then your success will come from the little victories that are stringed together over time. That's exactly what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. It will continue to just pile up, and it will never stop. Your entire vision. So here's the deal. Start today. Start today by selecting one thing that you want to excel at, or choose one area of your life that you want to see. Don't you ever allow what's happening to distract you. Don't be distracted by what's going on in your life, around your life. Don't be distracted by what you see other people doing, because you will, ladies and gentlemen, you will find yourself in a situation where day by day you start to step back, you start to question yourself, you start to wonder if your goals, your dreams, your visions were true. Are they true? You know, can I accomplish them? The only way that you're going to know that they are real and they are worth accomplishing is if you step forward. And you'll also know if they make sense because you take them seriously. If you don't take your dreams seriously, ladies and gentlemen, no one else will. If you don't decide to move forward, no one else is going to take them seriously. It's only when you take life seriously and you start to move forward that other people will take you seriously. Take consistent steps to move forward to the achievement of your goals. Decide today that you are going to take charge of your life. Decide today that your life is worth living. Don't sit around, ladies and gentlemen, hoping and dreaming that others are going to make it happen for you. Opportunities are there, but you have to go after them. And the reality is, if the opportunities are not there, then you make the opportunity. Life will not wait for you. It won't sit around and wait for you. And when things are perfect, then you're going to take action. Too many people do exactly that. They expect that things must be perfect. They expect that the conditions must be right before they take action. I'm here to tell you that is not the case. That is not the case, ladies and gentlemen. The conditions are never going to be perfect. Your relationship may never be perfect. I've heard people talk about, I plan to go back to school when my kids are out of school. And so I'm going to wait till they get to high school. because in middle school and elementary school too much. And so they get into high school. And while they're in high school, oh my goodness, these are very challenging years. So you hear the excuse, oh, I'll wait till they get out of high school, then I'll go back to college and get my education. In the meantime, you defer and postpone your dream and your goal and possibly your purpose in life. Now the kids are done with high school and they're off to college. And and because the cost of college sometimes causes stress in families, oh, I have to wait till they get out of college. And so you put them through high school and college, and now they're done. And what you decide to do is you decide that, oh, too late, I'm too old, can't go to school, there's no sense in going to school now. You have deferred your dreams. And here's a key thing to remember, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes when you defer your dreams, you hurt other people. Why? Because it is in the process of you moving forward that you will meet people that you will pour into their lives. There are people waiting. There are people out there that are waiting for you to step up and be a part of their lives. If you don't do what you're called to do, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you'll never meet those people. You'll never have the impact on their lives that you're supposed to have. Stop thinking for just a minute. Stop thinking that the broader impact on your life is only in your family. It won't be, ladies and gentlemen. You're so much bigger than that. You're so much better than that. There's so much more to you than just your family. If you think that's small, I'm going to encourage you to get a big, large, hairy dream. A dream that is so big, it scares you. And that's when you know that you're going to need other people. At work, they call it the BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goals. You set such big ones that it requires other people to step in. You're going to have to depend on other people to help you. You're going to have to depend on the efforts of others to assist you to accomplish those big dreams. But here's the thing. When you start off, maybe no one believes in you. Maybe it's just you. You have to keep going. It is essential that you not give up. Stop looking behind at the little victories, because those sometimes can serve to be your biggest detractors. You start focusing on what you did instead of looking at where you're going, and sometimes you trip yourself up. And when you trip yourself up, sometimes the fall is so hard, it's difficult for you to recover. So I'm going to encourage you today. Stick with people who are like-minded. I find that I'm happiest when I'm around people who are like-minded. I'm happiest when I'm speaking with people who are in agreement with where I am going with life, because they're in agreement with where they're going in life. I'm not looking for yes men, and you shouldn't be either. But why hang around people? If you decide that, let's say you're going to start a restaurant, and you hang around people who say, no, I believe the way to make money is, let's say, to work with the city. Because if you get a job with the city, it's safe, and you can expect to have a great pension, and you can expect that you're going to have good benefits when you retire. After a while, you're going to have some disagreement with that individual, whether they're a family member or just a friend. And so there's no like-mindedness in that scenario. So if you expect to succeed, maybe at the onset of your dreams and your goals, you're going to be alone. But over time, it's good to associate yourself with people who are like-minded, with people who think like you, with people who have passed that mile marker, if you will, already. And so you can learn from them and you can grow. And that's the key, ladies and gentlemen. If you do that, you will find yourself taking step after step, the little steps. Inch by inch, anything's a cinch. Yard by yard, anything is hard. So you take little bit at a time. You take little bit at a time and you move forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was my pleasure sharing with you today. And as always, each week I endeavor to inspire you to inspire yourselves to accomplish the things that you dream about. Make it a fabulous day, ladies and gentlemen.